contrary to what some reporting has said about it being like a 3 minute thing or whatnot, I think the entire thing happened within the span of like less than 10 seconds. Like it was really, really quick. Which is why like I think nobody could really respond to it. Um, like in my recollection of what happened, I was in my chair and I think I was resting at that point, but I was belted in and we could start feeling that the airplane was entering some kind of turbulence. So the plane starts shaking. And at that point, like I just know that, okay, well, I'm just gonna like huddle in, but like it kept getting worse and worse and worse. And honestly, I don't think for most people who weren't prepared, they wouldn't really have time to really react and do something about it. Because if I remember correctly, like I think the seatbelt signs were off. There were a lot of there were people within the lavatories and the crew that were working. Anybody who were standing, especially the people within the lavatories, and were the most injured from what I've seen. But I saw people from across the aisle just like going completely horizontal, hitting the ceiling and landing back down in like really awkward positions. People like getting massive gashes in their head, concussions. So it's quite a sight, I think. It happened that the seatbelt signs were not on, uh, because I didn't hear any kind of tone like that usually goes on, that plays in the intercom when the seatbelt sign goes on, as well as no announcement from the pilot necessarily. I think the pilot was really just trying to deal with the situation before he could even really tell everybody within the plane to brace or hold on or to buckle in. So it's you really just had to work with your instincts. Like I knew there was a lady behind me, I think from New Zealand, who was unbuckled, but she very, really quickly buckled in. Like the people who didn't respond or were sleeping were the ones that unfortunately really like suffered a lot from the incident. I mean, the crew was doing their best as well, considering the fact that a number of them were also got injured during the incident. And I think some photos have revealed that um, during the incident. So they were doing their best, and I think the real deal really came down to when the airplane landed in Bangkok in terms of getting the assistance. And honestly, I didn't understand at all the full scale of what happened until we landed. Like I didn't realize the things that broke within the airplane, the dents that were made in the overhead, like luggage compartments and all the additional kind of paneling above our heads. Like I thought it was just the oxygen masks coming out and then popping out the panel, but in fact, like heads had literally pushed through and broken those plastic panels, and like there's blood and there's bits and pieces just broken everywhere. I remember earlier when we were taking off from Bangkok and flying towards Singapore, like we start getting turbulence and start seeing some clouds and start feeling the plane shake. And there is that anticipation somewhat that something might happen again, just like double the bad luck or something like that. Um, but really in reality, it's like I have to practically keep flying. So it's just something you just stuck up, but maybe I might feel not so good in the future. But things like this usually take some time to process, and I'm still beginning to process it.